how to attract more high vibe, positive people into your life so that you're surrounded by more positivity and it's even easier for you to stay on track with the law of attraction. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, aloha! My name's Lucie, I don't know why I just did that, and on this channel I share all kinds of tips about personal development, spirituality, and how to become the best version of you. I'm really into my nails at the moment. So this topic is hugely important to your life in general, but also to your law of attraction journey, to your spiritual awakening journey. And you know, I would imagine that if you are wanting to manifest a better quality of life, that also includes being surrounded with perhaps a better level of people. Before we dive straight into the video, I do want to address something and express some gratitude to you all. I want to thank you, my subscribers, so very, very, very much for your support up until this point, your ongoing support. Thank you for all of your love, all of your appreciation. I don't have time anymore to read all of the comments just because there's usually so many beautiful comments from you all. If you guys follow me over on TikTok, you'll know that TikTok has grown much faster than YouTube. So thank you all so much. I wish I could personally thank each and every one of you for supporting me on this journey as I support you on yours. And the third place where I'm finding that I'm getting a lot of people reaching out to me is in my Instagram inbox. And I want to apologize because I've really tried to fit it into my routine so that I can, take a chunk out of my day and respond and answer as many of your questions as possible. But I just can't keep up with the demand, guys. So I'm grateful for this. I'm blessed. This is the kind of thing that happens when, we're rocking and rolling and growing abundantly like we are together in this community. I asked the universe, can you show me a way? Is there a way that I can communicate better with my subscribers? And then within a matter of days, I got an email from an awesome startup called IBIZA, who reached out to me, and they've basically designed a platform for creators and coaches and teachers like me to be able to have proper one-on-one time with some of you. If you wish that there is a way to sort of bump your question up to the top of my inbox, then IBIZA will help me to guaranteeably see your question and give it an answer. So, I know some of you message me just asking, just in case I might message back, and I really appreciate you guys. And then I know that there's also some of you in my inbox who have a burning question and you really do want clarity on it. So this could be the best way for you guys to be able to have your questions answered without fail. So I'll put the link in the description below for my IBIZA. You guys would also be supporting me in yet another way, and it would enable me to be able to guaranteeably support you guys too. So thank you. First of all, we need to identify what are high vibrational people, positive people. In many cases, it's very obvious. When you're surrounded by someone who's positive, they're focused on the good things rather than the bad things. The conversations aren't just complaining about this and then complaining about that and then complaining about this and then gossiping about this person and gossiping about that person. To be honest, as fun as it sometimes can be to bitch and gossip, those conversations are not really that positive. We might all have a little bit of a vent to our best friends here and there, but if the majority of the conversations you're having with someone is just moaning and complaining and bitching and gossiping about the world and about other people, then that's a pretty low vibrational conversation to be having. And so after spending a prolonged period of time with that person, you're going to have lowered your vibration to that kind of low vibrational place. On the flip side, friends of yours who believe in you, empower you, really genuinely listen to you, support you, unconditionally, by the way, support you in what you want to do with your life, even if it's not what they want to do with their lives. People who are actively wanting to offer you solutions and advice, or friends that are just fun and you know, the good kind of fun. You know, they brighten up your day, and you just know that you're going to feel even better than you did before when you spend some time with this friend. That is a really high vibrational positive friend. Okay, so you know, it's pretty obvious, but I just thought, let's say it so that we're all clear on it. Now, you may have also heard this very famous quote, which is that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So have a think right now. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? It's usually the people that you live with. So that might be family, that might be housemates, or that might be people who you work with. If you spend the majority of your time in the office or working with a team remotely, you're still technically spending a lot of time with them. In addition, you can include people like me, for example, because if you're binge watching my videos for 5 hours a day, I kind of end up becoming one of the people that you're spending the most time with. So what's really cool about this 5 average people that you spend time with is that you are immediately in control of who those people are. Some people, if you're, for example, if you're underage and you still live with your family and you can't move out, or if you're in lockdown and you just cannot leave the house, you can at least fill your mind with books written by successful people, videos made by positive people, and so on and so forth, and that will affect your vibration in a positive way. Really, you could almost categorize people into 2 separate categories: those who are drains and those who are radiators. So obviously drains will drain you of positive energy, and maybe that means that you're a very positive person, and some negative people are attracted to you in a certain way because they feed off your positive energy to help them to keep going forwards with the next day in their lives. And then there's radiators, people who radiate positive energy, and obviously they're really nice to be around. In an ideal world, maybe you would block out all of the drains, all of the negative people, and just surround yourself with positivity. But let's say if your mum is being a drain at the moment and she really needs you, you need to make that decision for yourself. I cannot advise you. If your mum needs you and you feel unconditional love for your mum and you would do anything for your mum and she really needs you right now, then, you know, take time to fill yourself back up because she is draining you of that energy. So you need to fill up yourself with so much encouragement, support to yourself, positive energy to yourself, because it's like if you're pregnant, you have to eat for 2. You got to eat for yourself and your baby, right? So when you're supporting someone who you will stand by, even though they're being a drain at the moment, you got to fill yourself up with so much positive energy because you're feeding 2. You know what I mean? So there are drains, there are radiators, and you can make... What was that noise? You can make the executive decision as to whether you are going to walk away from these people or not. I must say, protecting your energy should be one of your absolute number 1 priorities, especially if you're looking to manifest more things into your life. You know, if you're trying to be high vibe and you start your morning with a powerful morning routine and everything's great for the first hour of the day, but then the rest of the day you're being drained by super negative people, it's obviously going to slow things down and make it harder for you on your journey. Having said that, again, those people who are drains, you know, you can look at everything with gratitude. Well, this is how we can practice the law of attraction to our benefit in every moment of the day, is that when everything's going perfect and everything's okay, you know, it's very easy to be on a high vibe then. But when you are going through absolute, you know, awful times and crappy situations, how strong and solution focused and positive you can be even in those times, that's what really defines you as whether you are a positive person at your core. If you're going through a situation where you're surrounded by people who need you and they're draining you and you actually can't get away from them, the next best thing is to embrace that you're given an opportunity right now to strengthen your core. Just like practicing, you know, building any skill or strengthening any muscle, you have to repeatedly put that part of you under pressure to get stronger in that regard. So these drains could actually be like an emotional trainer for you. Next, I want to talk about what happens when you are on your spiritual journey. As many of you watching this video are, I know you are. I know you've maybe experienced a spiritual awakening of some kind. It may have been this epiphany moment, or it may have just been that since you've started learning more and more about the law of attraction, it's like, whoa, new clarity, new way of looking at the world, new way of thinking, new, more conscious awareness of your own thoughts, you know. All of that is part of a spiritual awakening journey. And another huge part of your spiritual awakening journey and becoming the best version of you in general is that you're going to be outgrowing people as you elevate to the next level in your life. Some people will grow with you, especially if they're like-minded, especially if they want to evolve in the same way that you want to evolve. But there will be people who you were best friends with when you were a child, maybe just because you were put in the same classroom, or just because you lived within geographic proximity to each other. But then as you are evolving and growing and more aware of like what you need energetically, you may find that those friendships no longer serve you. They're no longer fulfilling you. And so either you could overnight end up looking at the people who you've cared about very much in your life and realized, whoa, I suddenly feel like I have nothing in common with them anymore. I suddenly feel like it's like an effort to be friends with them rather than effortless. And so you may need to, with love, gradually sort of move your life away from hanging out with those people so that they don't keep you down in that space. And on the contrary, you may also experience that friends or boyfriends, girlfriends, or husbands, wives, like leave you unexpectedly and break your heart, and you don't know why. And it might be the universe's way of disconnecting you from old energy that's no longer a vibrational match to you. It might be the universe's way of disconnecting you from old energy that's no longer a vibrational match to you. Because after all, that is how the law of attraction works, right? Whatever you're on the same vibrational frequency as will be attracted to you. So what's the other side of that coin? That also means that things that are not in vibrational alignment to you will fall away or actively be repelled against you. Like, you know, two magnets put against each other the wrong way, they'll actively push each other apart, right? So that energy works in both ways. So now that we've covered a few of those things that were important to identify, how do you attract a better quality version of people into your life? Identify, and you could write it down, what are the characteristics of the new level of people that you want to attract into your life? So for example, you might write down patient, non-judgmental, openly affectionate, intellectual, fun, uninhibited, spontaneous, empowering, positive. Okay, so I've written a little list there. Right, now since your vibe attracts your tribe, can you tick next to each one that yes, I am patient, I am non-judgmental? Like, be real with yourself here. Really be honest. You're not showing this list to anyone else. You're not showing this list to me. This is for your eyes only. Do you find it easy to be openly affectionate, or is that something that you're still working on? Do you have intellectual conversations, or are you kind of just feeding your mind and repeating more just kind of trash talk? Are you fun? When was the last time you had fun? Are you uninhibited? Could you walk into a room and just dance freely? Are you spontaneous, or do you feel very kind of fixated on things and you don't like change? Do you empower others? You want to tell them everything that you see, the good in them, and say, actually, you know, I think you're being too hard on yourself. You're actually a beautiful human being. And when I first laid eyes on you, I thought, wow, this person's just so naturally beautiful and you're a pleasure to be around. And, you know, I wish you could see what I could see. And with every conversation that you have, you fill other people up and you empower them, which costs nothing, by the way. You know, and are you a positive person all round, or are you, you know, sending Lucie negative messages? What's very fun is that if there were some of those things on your list, I just gave the example of my list, but your list of ideal features Ideal characteristics are the people that you want to be surrounded by daily. That's your new project. To be those things yourself. Practice stepping into the next level version of you, where on a day-to-day basis, you are practicing all of those characteristics. I mean, let's be honest here. If you're impatient, judgmental, not openly affectionate, not intellectual, not fun, inhibited, not spontaneous, don't empower others, and negative, I just said the opposite of everything on my list. If you're those things, why would this person want to spend time with you? Because you'd kind of be a bit of a drain on them. Keeping it real here, because we need to take 100% responsibility. Let's change that language. We don't need to take responsibility. We get to. How cool is that? We get to change our lives all by ourselves. We don't need anybody else to do it for us. We get to do it ourselves. So you get to change your vibration, become the next level version of you, practice being an awesomely high vibe, positive, badass person, so that then those other people are just drawn to you because of course they want to hang out with you. Please do not take this as a moment to be a victim and be like, you're right, Lucie, I'm such a terrible person. Please do not go down that rabbit hole, okay? Pick yourself up. We've all got things that we're working on. I too look at myself. I critique things where I would like to be more uninhibited, or I'd like to be more patient. You know, there are things that I'm working on too. This is what becoming the best version of you is about. It takes some inner work. Connect to your angels, connect to the universe, connect to God, Allah, Muhammad, whoever it is that you feel that connection to. Ask them to do you a big one and bring more of these people into your life. Now that you've had the opportunity to think it through and get specific on the kind of people and their characteristics that you want more of in your life, have a chat after this video. Press pause on the next one and close your eyes, connect, say hello, thank them for everything that they're doing for you at the moment, and then also just submit your request, just in the same way as you'd order a meal at a restaurant or you'd order something online to be delivered to your house. Just place your order with the universe, okay? And I noticed it. I did that and I noticed it within weeks. First experience of that was when I wanted to build a team for one of my businesses, and I was struggling to find like-minded people who got my vision. So I just it only took like 3 or 4 mornings. I was just like, universe, okay, today I want to attract people who are open-minded, people who are positive, people who get my vision, and people who really want to do my business with me. Please bring those people into my life. Can you show me and give me the ideas of how to find them? Okay. And that year, I gradually built an amazing team of incredible women, and some men as well, who are so like-minded to me. Like, they're more like-minded to me than a lot of people in my life. And I'm really grateful for that. And all I did was ask. The next example was, I had a little bit of a emotional breakdown one day towards the end of 2019, when I really kind of looked back at friends from school and friends from university and kind of was aware that I was still friends with very few of them. Or maybe I'd been fooling myself into thinking I was still friends with them, but we haven't spoken for 8 months or a year. And some friendships, that's okay, but I was thinking, can I justifiably call these friends anymore? And I felt super upset. I felt super jealous because my fiance was out with all of his friends, who are actually my friends, but they happen to be guys, so I kind of categorize them as his friends, even though I love them all dearly. And so I just had this real weak moment where I just thought, I haven't got any proper friends. And I really had a good purge of tears. And all of these are parts of a spiritual awakening. If you want to know more about the different phases of a spiritual awakening, if you want me to do a video on that, please do comment below, and I'll explain it sort of step by step as to, so you can think, oh yeah, this is actually, I'm in this stage, or whoa, I experienced that. Anyway, so end of 2020, that was what I purged. And then every week, it seems, in 2020, I've met more and more amazing people who are so my vibe, like so woo-woo and into the law of attraction. And like, I'm like, where they were all hiding, and now they've all come out of the woodwork. They've all come out of the shadows. Like, I didn't know they existed, and they're all here. They're all surrounding me. How did this happen? You know? So it's been like that throughout 2020. And then obviously, you know, all of you guys are an extension of that too. We've become YouTube friends, or Instagram or TikTok friends. And most of us are on a very similar vibe as well. So I'm truly, truly, truly grateful, and I'm a living example of how you can attract high vibe and positive people into your life. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you want to make some more positive friends, why not join our free Facebook community, which is down in the link in the description below. And before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring my bell so that you never miss a video. Until next time, bye guys.